If you want retirement to feel secure, you need a monthly income plan, because hope is not a strategy, especially after 55. I want to start today with a number, $5,000 per month. That's $60,000 per year. That's the retirement income level that, according to multiple retirement satisfaction surveys, represents the threshold above which most Americans report feeling financially comfortable and secure in retirement. Below $5, $1,000 a month, people consistently report on financial stress and anxiety. Above it, the level of day-to-day financial worry drops dramatically. Now, here's the question I want you to think about as we go through this video. Do you currently have a clear, specific plan, not a hope, not a general intention, but an actual plan for how you are going to generate $5,000 per month in retirement from identified sources with identified amounts, starting on an identified date? If the honest answer is not yet, you are not alone. The majority of Americans over 55 have not completed a comprehensive retirement income plan. And that gap between I have savings and I have a specific plan for generating income from those savings is where retirement anxiety is born. Today, I'm going to give you a complete, practical, step-by-step framework for building a $5 $0 per month retirement income stream, or whatever your target number is, from a combination of sources that are available to virtually every American. We're going to talk about Social Security, optimization, investment income strategies, dividend portfolios, part-time income opportunities, and a framework for putting all of these sources together into a coherent plan. This is going to be a practical, numbers-focused video. Let's get into it. Understanding the three-layer income model. The most financially resilient retirements are built on what I call the three-layer income model. Each layer serves a different purpose, carries different risk characteristics, and supports the others. Understanding this model is the first step toward building genuine financial security in retirement. Layers 1, guaranteed income. This is money that arrives every month, regardless of what the stock market does, regardless of what interest rates do, regardless of what happens to the broader economy. Social Security is guaranteed income. A traditional pension is guaranteed income. An annuity from an insurance company can provide guaranteed income. The goal of Layer 1 is to cover your essential, non-negotiable monthly expenses: housing, food, health care, utilities, transportation. If your Layer 1 income covers all of your essential expenses, you are financially free from fear. Market crashes cannot threaten your basic security. DOR 2. Investment income. This is the income generated by your investment portfolio. Dividends from stocks, interest from bonds, distributions from REITs, real estate investment trusts, and systematic withdrawals from retirement accounts. Layer 2 provides the income that covers your discretionary spending, travel, hobbies, gifts to family, entertainment, and provides the growth that protects your purchasing power against inflation over a 20 to 30-year retirement. Layer 3, active or semi-active income. This is income you earn by doing something: part-time consulting, a small business, freelance work, rental income from a property you manage, or monetizing a skill or passion. Layer 3 income is not essential to your basic security. That's what layers 1 and 2 are for. But it provides financial buffer, keeps you mentally and socially engaged, and can dramatically extend the longevity of your portfolio by reducing the amount you need to withdraw in the early critical years of retirement. The goal of the 3-layer model is not to maximize any single layer. It's to build a combination where the total reliably and sustainably delivers your target income. In our example, $5, zero and per month, through all market conditions, for as long as you need it. Social Security, your most powerful retirement income tool. We've covered Social Security claiming strategies in depth in a previous video, so I'll focus here on the income maximization angle. The key insight is that Social Security is not just a benefit, it is a leveraging mechanism. When you delay claiming, you are buying an extraordinarily favorable rate, a guaranteed income stream that increases with inflation for the rest of your life. There is no investment available to ordinary people that reliably provides an 8% annual return, inflation adjusted, with a government guarantee. But that is precisely what each year of delay beyond your full retirement age provides. For a married couple with combined Social Security benefits of $4,000 per month at full retirement age, a well-coordinated delay strategy where the higher earner waits until 70 can increase the combined household benefit to $4, $800 to $5,200 per month. That's an increase of $800 to $200 per month, guaranteed for both of their lifetimes. And the survivor of the two will continue receiving the higher benefit after the other passes away. Practical step: use the Social Security Administration's online tools at ssa.gov to calculate your benefit at different claiming ages. Model the scenarios for yourself and your spouse if married. Then factor this into your overall income plan. Pension maximization strategies. If you have a traditional defined benefit pension from an employer, a union, or the government, you typically face a choice between several payment options at retirement. A single life annuity, higher monthly payment, ends when you die. A joint and survivor annuity, lower monthly payment, continues for your surviving spouse's lifetime, and sometimes a lump sum option. The pension maximization strategy, which involves taking the single life option for the higher monthly income and using the difference to buy a private life insurance policy to protect the surviving spouse, can sometimes produce more total lifetime income than the joint and survivor option. But it involves insurance risk and execution complexity, and it absolutely requires careful analysis with a professional before implementation. Do not make this decision without expert guidance. Basic income annuities. When they make sense, a fixed income annuity, specifically a single premium immediate annuity, or SPIA, converts a lump sum of money into a guaranteed monthly income stream, often for life. In a high interest rate environment, SPIAs can provide very competitive guaranteed income rates. For example, a 65-year-old male can currently receive approximately $6,000 to $6,500 per year in guaranteed lifetime income for every $100. Zone zero invested in a SPIA. Annuities are not right for everyone, and some annuity products, particularly variable and equity indexed annuities with complex fee structures, should be approached with extreme caution. But a straightforward, low-fee, immediate annuity from a highly rated insurance company can play a valuable role in a retirement income plan, particularly for people who are concerned about outliving their money or who don't have the appetite or the financial sophistication to manage an investment portfolio in retirement. The dividend growth portfolio, building an income machine, one of the most popular and well-documented strategies for generating reliable retirement income from an investment portfolio, is the dividend growth strategy. Rather than relying solely on selling shares to generate income, which requires you to sell at potentially inopportune times, including during market downturns, a dividend growth portfolio generates income through the dividends paid by the companies you own. The key principle of dividend growth investing is to own shares in companies that not only pay dividends consistently, but that increase their dividend payments year after year, ideally at a rate that equals or exceeds inflation. The S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats, a group of companies in the S&P 500 that have increased their dividends for at least 25 consecutive years, represent the universe from which a dividend growth portfolio is typically constructed. Companies like Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Automatic Data Processing, Realty Income, and dozens of others have paid and increased dividends through multiple recessions, market crashes, and economic disruptions. They are not guaranteed to continue. No investment is risk-free, but their track record of dividend reliability is the strongest available in public markets. A diversified dividend growth portfolio built through broad market ETFs focused on dividend growth, such as DGRO, VIG, or SAHD, or through individual stock selection, can realistically target a starting dividend yield of 2.5% to 4%, growing at 5% to 8% per year. On a $600,000 portfolio at a 3.5% yield, that generates $21 per year in dividend income, $1,750 per month, without selling a single share. As dividends grow, so does the income stream. The bucket strategy, protecting income through market volatility. The biggest fear of retirees drawing income from investment portfolios is sequence of returns risk. The danger that a major market decline in the first few years of retirement, when you are making large withdrawals from a shrinking portfolio, will permanently impair the portfolio's ability to recover and sustain you through a long retirement. The bucket strategy is the most widely used and intuitively compelling approach to managing this risk. It divides your portfolio into 3 buckets. Bucket 1 holds 1 to 2 years of living expenses in cash, or very stable liquid assets. This covers near-term needs without requiring any portfolio sales. Bucket 2 holds 2 to 7 years of expenses in slightly higher returning but still relatively stable assets, bond funds, REIT funds, dividend-focused equity funds. Bucket 3 holds the remainder of the portfolio in long-term growth assets, broad market equity index funds that you will not need to touch for at least 5 to 7 years. The psychological and practical value of the bucket strategy is that during a market downturn, even a severe one, you are drawing income from bucket 1 and 2, which are relatively stable, while bucket 3 has time to recover. You are never forced to sell growth assets at the bottom of a market cycle. Safe withdrawal rate in 2026, what the research says the classic 4% rule, which suggests that you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio in year 1 of retirement and adjust for inflation annually, with a high probability of the portfolio lasting 30 years, was developed by financial planner William Bengen in 1994 using historical data. In 2026, with expected returns and interest rates different from the historical period Bengen studied, many financial planners recommend a more conservative initial withdrawal rate of 3.3% to 3.8%. The practical implication: to generate $5,000 per month, $60,000 per year, entirely from a portfolio withdrawal. You would need a portfolio of approximately $1,500,000 at a 4% withdrawal rate, or approximately $1,750,000 at a 3.5% rate. This is why Layer 1 income, specifically maximizing Social Security, is so valuable. Every $1,000 per month in Social Security income reduces the portfolio size required by approximately $300 to $375,000. The new retirement, income that comes with meaning, the concept of a hard stop retirement. Working full-time on Friday, doing nothing on Monday, is a model that is both financially suboptimal and, for many people, psychologically and emotionally damaging. Research consistently shows that the people who thrive most in retirement are those who maintain some form of engagement, contribution, and purpose, not those who do nothing. Layers, 3 income opportunities are not just about money. They are about maintaining relevance, using accumulated knowledge and skills, staying socially connected, and having a reason to structure your time. The financial benefit is a bonus on top of the psychological and health benefits. 7-layer, 3 income streams for the 50-plus retiree consulting and freelance work. If you spent 30 years building expertise in any field, accounting, law, engineering, marketing, healthcare, human resources, management, that expertise has market value that does not expire at 65. Consulting part-time at even $75 to $150 per hour for 10 hours per week generates $3,000 to $6,000 per month in additional income. Platforms like Catalant, Expert 360, and LinkedIn's consulting tools make it easier than ever to find consulting engagements. Real estate rental income. Owning a rental property, whether a second home, a vacation rental, or a small multi-family property, can generate significant monthly income while also preserving and appreciating capital over time. The operational demands of being a landlord are real, but they can be significantly reduced through professional property management. A well-selected rental property in a strong market can generate net income of $800 to $2,500 per month after expenses. Dividend investing. We covered this in Layer 2, but it bears repeating here. An active management opportunity for people who enjoy following markets and studying companies. Building and managing a dividend growth portfolio is a financially productive way to stay mentally engaged in retirement. Online course creation and digital products. The 50-plus professional who has accumulated decades of expertise is ideally positioned to monetize that knowledge through online courses, ebooks, webinars, or consulting programs. Platforms like Teachable, Kajabi, and Udemy make it straightforward to build and sell digital products. A well-designed online course in a professional niche can generate $50,000 to $200, soon in annual income with relatively modest ongoing time investment once built. YouTube and content creation. Yes, I'm including this as a retirement income strategy because it genuinely is one, and it is one of the few options that has essentially zero startup cost, can be started at any age, and can generate significant passive income over time. A YouTube channel with 50,000 subscribers in a high CPM niche like personal finance or health generates $2,000 to $8,000 per month in ad revenue alone, plus sponsorship and affiliate income. It requires consistent effort to build, but the financial and psychological rewards are considerable part-time or flexible employment. Many retirees find that part-time work in an area they genuinely enjoy with flexible hours provides the structure, social connection, and mental engagement they valued in their career without the stress and time demands of full-time employment. In a tight 2026 labor market, experienced 50-plus workers are increasingly valued by employers who offer flexible and remote arrangements. Board and advisory positions. Experienced executives and professionals are frequently sought for corporate board positions, nonprofit board seats, advisory roles, and mentoring programs. These positions pay anywhere from a small stipend to substantial fees, provide meaningful intellectual engagement, and leverage the professional reputation you build over a career. Putting it all together, the income mapping exercise, I want to walk you through a realistic example of how the three-layer model combines to generate $5. 0 ZUN per month for a hypothetical 65-year-old retiree. Let's call him Robert. Robert is 65, married to Susan, who is 63, with combined retirement savings of $800,000 in a mix of 401A and IRA accounts. Robert's Social Security benefit at full retirement age is $2,200 per month. Susan's is way down $400 per month. Layer 1, Guaranteed Income Planning. Robert delays claiming until age 70, 5 years after this analysis. Susan claims at her full retirement age of 67. When both are claiming, their combined Social Security benefit is approximately $3,600 per month. Robert's benefit grows to $2,750 at 70. Susan's is $1,100 at 67, and her survivor benefit would be Robert's $2,750 if he predeceases her. Layer 1 covers $3, $600 per month of their $5,000 target. Layer 2, Investment Income Planning. Robert and Susan invest their $800, zeroing in a diversified portfolio with a 35% allocation to a dividend growth ETF, yielding approximately 3.2%. That generates $28, $160 per year in dividend income, or approximately $2,350 per month. After a modest 4% withdrawal for planned discretionary expenses, total Layer 2 income averages around $2, $700 per month, but they primarily draw from dividends and interest, preserving principal for growth. Layer 3, Semi-active income. Robert does part-time consulting for his former employer, 10 hours per week at $120 per hour, generating approximately $4,800 per month for the first 5 years of retirement. This covers the gap while he waits until 70 to claim Social Security. And it also means they don't need to draw from their investment portfolio in those critical early years, dramatically protecting against sequence of returns risk. The result, in the early years, ages 65-70, Robert and Susan generate $3,600. Susan's SS once she claims at 67 plus $2, $350 dividends plus $4,800 consulting, well above their $5,000 target with the portfolio largely intact. After Robert claims Social Security at 70, even without consulting income, Layer 1 alone reaches $3,600 per month. Layer 2 is likely $2,500 to $3,000 per month. Portfolio has grown, and they are financially comfortable, in excess of their $5,000 target with significant portfolio reserves. Let me leave you with the most important takeaway from this entire video. The gap between financial anxiety in retirement and financial security in retirement is almost never about raw numbers. It is almost always about having a plan versus not having a plan. Two people with identical savings can have completely different retirement financial experiences one anxious and reactive, one calm and deliberate, based entirely on whether they have taken the time to map their income sources, model their scenarios, and make specific coordinated decisions about when and how each source is activated. The three-layer income model: guaranteed income, investment income, and active or semi-active income, gives you the framework. The specific implementation, which Social Security strategy is right for you, which investment approach fits your risk tolerance and tax situation, which layer 3 income opportunities align with your skills and interests, is personal, and it's worth getting right. I encourage you to start today. Pull out a blank piece of paper. Write down every income source you expect to have in retirement. Write down the amount, the start date, and how it is affected by other decisions you make. Calculate whether the total covers your target. Identify the gaps, then build your plan to close them. This is not complicated. It is not beyond your ability. It is exactly the kind of deliberate, specific planning that separates the people who retire with confidence from the people who retire with fear. If this video gave you value, if it clarified something or gave you a new framework to think about your retirement, please share it with someone you care about who is also planning for retirement. This information can make a real difference. Decide for new retirement planning, health, and income strategy videos every Tuesday and Friday. I will see you in the next one.